Hey, what's going on, Vikings? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy, Jay Hizzy, bringing you everything you need to know about Project L and Flokify. If you were in the Twitter space earlier today, you probably already heard a little bit, but this is for the people that weren't. It's amazing to see what Floki is building even during this bear market. You know, we've seen all these fudders, we've seen all these people saying Floki's a rug pull, but then we go over to the Bybit chart, right? And right when Floki gets listed on Bybit, we see it shoot up 150%. So Floki's bullish as ever. And to see that we just released this protocol, it's amazing. So let's go over what exactly Project L is. So I'm just going to be reading through the Floki Medium article. I don't want to miss any information or details. So let's get right into it. Unveiling Flokify, the next evolution in decentralized finance solutions. For a very long time, the Floki community has been very excited about a mysterious utility protocol we've been building for quite a while now called Project L. This update tells you exactly what Project L is, but first we need to talk about Flokify. What is Flokify? Flokify is the umbrella name for a suite of decentralized finance products that will be launched under the Floki brand. Flokify is short for Floki Finance. It is a perfect way we can think of to describe a series of utility products we will be launching that will make Flokify an ecosystem itself with the wider Floki ecosystem. The first utility product that will be launching under the Flokify umbrella is the much anticipated Project L protocol. Now you're probably wondering, what is Project L? The DeFi industry currently has a total value locked of 90 billion, according to DeFi statistics portal DeFi Llama. At the peak of the bull market, this number was reported to be 251.56 billion. That is a lot of money in DeFi. A lot of people are putting their money into crypto and staking these things and earning passive income. This is huge for crypto adoption. We need to see stuff like this. It's very similar to dividend stocks such as like Apple. There's a bunch of dividend stocks out there, but basically the company just gives you a tiny percentage each month just for holding shares. So staking is very similar to that, as you gain a APR of a certain percentage depending on what the project is and how many people are staking, etc. The interesting thing is that this number does not fully capture the actual value in the DeFi industry. It only captures a very limited portion. When you add the countless new tokens and protocols launched every day, as well as the value being created in the NFT industry, actual DeFi TVL would be much higher, according to Token Sniffer. More than 1.64 billion tokens have been created across the top blockchains, and thousands of new tokens are created every month. That's a lot of value, obviously, which makes it surprising that the DeFi industry is plagued with thefts, rug pulls, and schemes in which people are made to lose their money. And we just saw this, guys. There's literally this guy out there using the Floki token saying, oh, you can stake this Floki token and get ridiculous rewards. Absolute clickbait. He's using other people's content to make it seem official. Very scammy. Watch out for the scams. Always use official websites. And check with the Floki Telegram too, of course. So this is where Project L comes in. Project L is a codename for the Flokify Locker, which is an innovative digital asset locker solution that allows people to lock and vest fungible tokens, ERC20, BEP20 tokens like Floki, liquidity pool tokens, NFTs, and multi-tokens. The Flokify Locker is by far the most superior and most innovative crypto locker solution in the market today. Besides allowing users to easily lock and vest LP tokens and normal fungible tokens, here are other key features that set the Flokify Locker apart compared to other solutions in the industry. Lock NFTs. This includes an innovative batch lock feature that allows users to lock multiple NFTs in a single transaction. Lock and vest tokens for an almost infinite period of time through the UI. Competitors tend to limit the period of time users are allowed to lock their tokens to a couple hundred years, which is why the Floki LP tokens were locked for just 265 years. The Flokify Locker lets users lock tokens for a partially infinite period of time. You can lock for 420 years, or for tens of thousands of years, just to make the statement that your LP tokens will be inaccessible for as long as humans can live. Flokify Locker is the first and only token locker protocol to implement the ERC 1155 multi-token standard. The ERC 1155 standard allows you to have different types of assets, both fungible and non-fungible. With different quantities in a single contract, this is something that can be pretty game-changing for blockchain games and other protocols, like Valhalla. This is innovation right here. We will be releasing a separate article soon talking about the possibilities with this feature and how innovative and game-changing it is. Lock multiple assets in a single transaction. Flokify Locker makes it possible for users to lock multiple different assets/asset types in a single transaction. It is also currently the first and only locker protocol that can do this. Floki's really out here changing the game. The Flokify Locker supports more EVM compatible blockchains than other locker solutions in the market right now. This includes major blockchains like ETH, BSC, Polygon, Phantom, KCC, OKX chain, and lots more. Alright, now let's go over the tokenomics and fees. Besides being more innovative than practically every other digital asset locker solution in the market today, the Flokify Locker also has more competitive transaction fees. Here's a breakdown of the transaction fees for the Flokify Locker. Fixed fee to lock a token will be 50 USDT per transaction. Fixed fee to lock an NFT will be 100 USDT per transaction. Fixed fee to lock a multi-token ERC 1155 will be 100 USDT per transaction. The fixed fee to vest a token or multi-token will be 100 USDT per transaction, and a fixed fee to lock/vest LP tokens, 0.5% of LP value. The role of the Floki token. 25% of transaction fees automatically buys Floki tokens, which the Flokify Locker protocol uses and burns for each lock. This makes the Floki token perpetually deflationary. 75% of fees go to the treasury. So we have a lot of people asking, is Floki gonna burn? When's Floki gonna burn? With every transaction now, 25% of the transaction fees get burned. Boom, baby. That's what we like to see. While users will be able to pay Flokify Locker transaction fees with USDT initially, and eventually any cryptocurrency, the protocol will be inherently powered by Floki tokens. Specifically, 25% of the transaction fees automatically does a transactional buy and burns of Floki tokens, making the Floki token perpetually deflationary. The remaining 75% goes to the Floki treasury. For example, assuming a project with 1 million in liquidity locks its LP tokens with the Flokify Locker, a 0.5% fee is charged. That's $5,000 for that one transaction. 25% of that is used for an automatic transactional buy and burn of Floki tokens to power the protocol, while the rest goes to the treasury. This quickly adds up. This utility-based tokenomic structure of the Flokify Locker has two major advantages. The Flokify Locker's utility-focused transactional buy and burn mechanism makes the Floki token perpetually deflationary. It also creates perpetual demand and buy pressure for the Floki token, further establishing it as a utility token. The Flokify's Locker transactional refilling of the Floki treasury indicates a key step we're taking towards ensuring industry dominance. The beginning of a focus of utility-based revenue generation that leads to the eventual complete removal of the 3% transaction tax and gives Floki a strong competitive advantage in the industry. While Floki is fundamentally stronger than our bigger competitors, we know it is difficult to compete against them with a transactional tax. This limits the ability of big money to flow in and out, so to speak. Many people also avoid buying tokens with a transaction tax. The release of the Flokify Locker protocol, which automatically sends a portion of all transaction fees to the Floki treasury, is the first of many similar moves we will be making to ensure a solid inflow of revenue as we race to completely remove the 3% buy and sell tax. As you can see, the Flokify Locker is a humble protocol as we've communicated and just a small part of the wider Flokify ecosystem that we're building within the bigger Floki ecosystem. But just how big can the Flokify Locker be? Let's take a look at some numbers from two of our biggest competitors in this space. Unicrypt boasts a TVL of 288 million from 14,000 projects that have used their protocol. Team Finance boasts a much bigger TVL of 2.2 billion for tokens and 112.3 million for liquidity. Their protocol has been used by 31,500 plus projects. Floki has a stronger brand and better industry positioning than both. With Floki's strong brand and industry positioning, as well as impressive marketing and growth machinery, we expect the Flokify Locker to have much stronger adoption than both of these solutions and to be the dominant player in the industry in the near future. You only have to do math based on the above numbers to realize how much in additional funding this means for the Floki treasury and making the Floki token truly deflationary via a transaction-based utility focus. It also significantly increases the chance of Floki dropping its 3% transaction tax for a strong competitive edge in the industry. Launching with a bang, key industry partnerships to be announced. Besides the enormous developer effort that has gone into developing the Flokify Locker protocol, we would also like to make it clear that we've done a lot of legwork when it comes to getting key industry leaders to acknowledge the protocol. Flokify Locker integrates and is partnered with industry leaders that include Chainlink, OKX Chain, KuCoin Community Chain, some of the industry's biggest DEXs, and many others. These partners will be making their own announcements soon in coordination with us. Flokify Locker is also being audited by industry security leader Certic, a Floki partner. This shows it is a strong and reliable protocol. Several T1 CEXs we're in active discussion with are also excited about the launch of the innovative protocol that is the Flokify Locker, so you might see some action in that regard soon enough. Flokify Locker is only the beginning. While the above should give you a clear picture of what we're aiming to achieve with the Flokify Locker, both when it comes to innovation in the industry and enhancing the Floki token with a utility focus, we would like to make it clear that this is only the beginning. We have a clear internal roadmap for what we are aiming at with the Flokify, which we won't reveal now for obvious reasons. But here's something we can assure. There will be several other utility products introduced under the Flokify umbrella soon. Products that launch under the Flokify umbrella will have a simple goal: make the Floki token more deflationary and replenish the Floki treasury through utility-focused transactions to allow us to eventually remove the 3% Floki transaction tax and give us a competitive advantage in the industry. Adoption for all products released under the Flokify umbrella will be massive due to a combination of Floki's strong brand and marketing mechanism we have in place. As we've always said, Floki is here to disrupt the industry, one step at a time. The Floki ecosystem consists of much more with our flagship metaverse NFT game Valhalla, our University of Floki crypto education platform, our upcoming Floki Places NFT, and merchandise store, DeFi offerings through key partnerships and integrations, and now Flokify. So how do you access the Flokify Locker? Floki's security partner and industry-leading blockchain auditor Certic began auditing the Flokify Locker on the 15th of July 2022. You can access and lock items in the Flokify Locker on testnet right now via the link below. I'll put that down below in the description. You can lock pretty much anything on testnet right now: ERC20 tokens, NFTs, and liquidity pool tokens. You can also make use of the innovative ERC 1155 standard to lock multi-tokens. Immediately, we get final confirmation from Certic, which could be within a few days or take 1 to 2 weeks depending on Certic. We will deploy the Flokify Locker on the mainnet of all supported blockchains and make an announcement to that effect. We have an AMA scheduled with Certic team on Tuesday, August 2nd to discuss the Floki Locker protocol and more. Make sure you don't miss it. Guys, that was a long read, and it just shows you how big this really is. This is probably one of the biggest, longest Floki Medium articles we've seen. But Project L, or I should say Flokify, really does give Floki utility. And that 25% burn rate on each transaction, that's bullish. It's going to keep the Floki supply circulating and increase the demand for Floki tokens. Vikings, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.